walkie-talkie West Side. Wanted to say we are going to be Facebook live streaming this. So if all of you could say hello to the Facebook world and greet everybody.
Don't be shy, say hello.
Hello, Facebook world.
Hello, Facebook world. How you doing this morning?
You're all personalities and celebrities now.
This is an amazing gathering of the Who's Who HR West Side. So glad to have you joining us this morning. For those of you that are new to HR Unite, this is a HR professionals networking group that wouldn't be possible without some people hanging out in the last row, because we are back row dwellers. I want to say hello to the VIP, the Christies. So Christy Stutzer and Christy Reeves, which this idea came about this time last year, where we decided we wanted to have a gathering, happy HR, happy hour. And we got together shortly after the holidays. We thought just a couple people would show up, and about 35 people crashed the Bahama Breeze in Livonia. And they were like, we will never let HR people in here again. So from that, HR Unite has born and it has grown. We have these coffee talkies, usually a little more intimate than this, but this is a holiday gathering, so open to all. We get together once a month, have coffee, build relationships. This is truly an opportunity for us to advocate for those in the profession, advance, bring opportunities for individuals that want to get into HR and they just don't know how to open those doors. Those in transition, and I'm happy to say we had our East Side group met yesterday. 3 of our members have recently landed new roles within the last week, either started or started with fellow members. So again, for us to help advocate for each other, it's such a tremendous thing, because sometimes in HR, we can help others and we can't help ourselves. So what I ask for you to share your gift with others, if you do have an opening, if you know somebody that's opening, open the door for them, help connect them with someone, which is why this group is such impactful, powerful connections. It allows us just to continue to grow our profession, be there to support each other, and have genuine conversations with people over coffee, over beverages, over whatever you'd like. So there's evening events, there's morning events like this. We also, I'm excited to say, have an amazing event coming up March 1st. It will be at the Walsh College in Troy. It is HR Leaders on Leadership, and I'm going to put her on the spot. We have Danielle Crane from Green Path, who's one of our leaders that's going to be sharing some insights. But again, let's gather the HR tribe, share insight, share thoughts. Let's help continue to advance our profession. So our event would not be able to happen today without support from some of our sponsors. Oh, I moved it in. That's all right. So Walsh College, on behalf of Dr. Lee Meadows, so I'm a fellow Walsh alum. Go Walsh. Our football team is undefeated. And Walsh donated our space today. And Friends of HR Unite, Bill, where are you, Bill? Bill from Hub International, he actually did stay up. He got James Reed's grandmother's recipe for the muffins and stayed up all night, brewed coffee from his private collection for us this morning. So, want to give a shout out to Hub International, again, Friends of HR Unite, to allow us this wonderful coffee conversation this morning. So, thanks, Bill. He is a good person to know, by the way, in case you need to know someone. So we're going to start out today. My theme this year, I will say just from my own professional journey, is own your story. So as I just shared the story of how HR Unite has evolved, which is my passion and legacy I want to leave in the HR community, what I'm going to ask all of you to share with all of us, because now your network has expanded by the 38 of us in the room. If you don't know somebody, you're going to know everybody this morning, is I want you to share your story. So tell us a little bit about who you are and what's your passion or purpose. So one thing, if you were to say, here's one thing that if they were to make a meme about me, what would it be? Paul Sherwood's would be censored. But, so, My friend Kim Thomas, she's up here, front row dweller, high five, VIP. One of my favorite people. And why don't you start off and share your story with us? So you got to stand up and address the room. This is like, again, I've been here for 10 years teaching, but get your prop on.
So my story is that I might be the oldest person in the room. I've been in HR for a long time. 1993, I started at a law firm in Detroit, and I was a benefits specialist. Prior to that, I worked for a couple of years as a legal assistant in the benefits world, drafting plans and doing 5,500 submissions. Well, fast forward 30 years later, almost 25 years later, and I'm now kind of heading into retirement, but I'm still working at the firm part-time, doing succession planning, some strategic work on the HR side, and so it's been a lot of fun along the way. And I met Tina Marie. We were together last year for a very short
10
stint.
minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes at another employer. I left for a moment, but then came back. And my story is, I think that we need to demand more integrity and accountability from our leadership. And it's a really hard thing. I'm still struggling with that. We talk about it every day, but I think you gotta walk the talk. So I think it starts with us. I'm not sure that I could turn that into a meme, but
You could.
yeah.
With middle fingers.
So that's my story.
And thanks for sharing.
Yeah, nice to meet everybody. I'll make my way around the room.
All right. Our friend in the front row.
Oh, am I doing this?
Yes. This is Friends of HR.
Hi. Hi, I'm Brenda Meller with Meller Marketing. I help people in businesses with marketing and social media. And what am I supposed to? I was not paying attention to the instructions. What is my ask? Is that what it is?
Now, if you had a meme, what would it be?
Oh, if I had a meme?
What drives you?
Yeah, what drives? What's your purpose?
Oh, if I had a meme, it would say, if life gives you lemons, make a lemon pie. And those that know me very well know that I love coffee, pie, and chocolate, and I talk about pie frequently. I may need a support group for it. So I'm so excited to be here with you. And one thing I would ask of all of you today, if I could, is if you have your phone with you today, take a picture of Lee and Tina Marie as they're presenting and share that out on LinkedIn and tell people that you were here today and maybe an item or two that you learned. It helps with their visibility, which helps with your visibility, and all good things, help promote good leadership. Thank you.
And please remember to reach out to her on March the 14th so that
Yeah. 3.14 National High Day. Mr. Scott.
Oh, dog, come on now. I thought you were like going like this way and then coming back and going this
Mix
way.
it up.
Oh, man. I hope I don't have any food on me. Hi, I'm Scott Wyckoff. I work here at Walsh. I do student outreach and recruitment. I also advise. If I were to say, I guess when I think about, I always try to help people try to figure out how to position themselves. So the questions I ask when people come to talk about wanting a degree program, first question I ask is, why do you want the degree? Because I need to understand, what's your purpose? Are you here because you're scared for your job, or you really want to move around with your job? The next thing I ask is, what's your 5-year goal? What are your intentions, and why do you want this degree to help you achieve something within that time frame period? The third thing I always ask is, so what do you want that degree to do for you, essentially, and how do you want it to help you? And then we go into a conversation about what level of knowledge do you have, what kind of skills do you have, abilities, those other characteristics that you have that you bring to the job that no one else can do that allows you to add value. And that's the conversation I like to have. So if it's anything, if I had a meme, it's all about positioning, maybe. And you try to make it so that you create opportunities for yourself as you see them arise. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Good morning. I am Danielle, and so the best compliment I think I ever received was somebody called me a lint roller once, and I was like, what do you, do I have lint on me? Like, what's the deal? And they said, no, like you tend to pick up people through your life and like they just stick with you forever. And they're such random people. Like these people, if you put them in a room, would have never found each other. And so yeah, I really do believe it to be the highest compliment that I've ever received. And it fits very well when I really think about like why I'm here on this earth. Because I do believe like not everyone can see themselves in like what's achievable or what's possible, and not everybody has the level playing field or has taken like the same walk to get to where they are. And so both in my personal life as well as professional life, like I've chosen my work to help people see what's possible. It's aligning very well right now. I work with Green Path Financial Wellness, and we help people through like the massively complicated financial system that is out there, and often not like set up for people to succeed in it. And so it's really cool because I feel like my passion for like the HR and helping people have actually been married with the work that I do for maybe the first time in my full career. So yeah, that's great.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Yolanda Moore. Let's see my story. I don't have a meme just yet, but my story is I started out in 2005 in my first master's in organizational development in a room with a lot of business owners, project managers, very well versed in their career. I was the youngest one, and there was a section in that program of HR development. It piqued my interest. It got me excited. I felt like I had some direction of where I wanted to go instead of just being a school buff, and proceeded to try to transition from customer service into HR. It was a little difficult, so I had to keep going, pay the bills, get a job. I've always been a great listener, and I've always, like Danielle, just attract people just because I'm a good listener, and I just try to give them something to inspire them. And I think employees now get overlooked, and I feel like if you really develop them, they're going to in turn work extra hard for you. And that's I guess the impression that I've left on all my bosses. Well, it took me to actually get laid off for me to pursue my passion. So now I've transitioned. I am a recruiter now, looking for full-time permanent work, but I'm learning so much in this field, and I know I can make a difference. Again, it's just all about developing your employees, and the more you pour into them, the more they're going to give back. And that's my mantra. That's what I do personally. That's what I do professionally. That's me. My story.
So I'm Ken Van Camp, and if I had a meme, it would basically be a futurist, right? Looking at what's coming next. That's kind of been my thing. So I believe I'm getting a degree in filmmaking, which is mostly storytelling, but you're telling through pictures. And so you want to be the hero of your own story. If I had a meme, it would be the hero of your own story and look to the future. And that's it. That's I sell real estate and I sell life insurance. And I used to be in the automotive world, and I always got along with HR people the best, probably because you're like the most fun and understanding. I like my bosses for sure, but there it is. So. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jessica Alvalani, and I would say if I had a meme, there's most likely a glass of wine involved in it. It's probably spilled over, and I'm probably saying it's okay, we got this. I started my career out teaching and living on the Navajo Reservation out in Arizona, and went into teaching, and then corporate education and HR, and I'm in leadership development now. And my passion is really just helping people find those light bulbs and find meaning and get through the tough times. So that it's, if you spill on the wine, it's no big deal. We're just going to keep trying. It's growth mindset. We're going to move forward. We're going to keep chugging, and we're going to keep trying. So there you have it.
Good morning, everyone. Paul Sherwood. So what is my passion? I'm going to get really sappy here. Whatever I do in my life, it all revolves around my 7-year-old little girl. So whatever I take on, whether it be my work, whether it be taking her to horseback riding lessons, whatever it may be, that's my passion. We don't have time for my life story, which you have heard,
Oh,
but I always.
that's gonna be a movie.
So maybe some
Guys,
other time,
that.
when we have time, I can tell you, but literally I feel like my life is a Hallmark made-for-TV movie. It really is. I mean,
That should be.
it's pretty sappy and emotional roller coaster, but it's really good, and I'm just happy to be here. And what I'm trying to do more lately is do what Tina Marie does, and that's connect people. So whether it be on LinkedIn, whether it be in person, I'm really trying to pay it forward and kind of do that kind of good karma stuff. You know, you feel like it's going to come back to you. So that's it.
Rahul Gupta, I'll start with the meme. It would be probably me looking or doing something really silly, and it would be captioned, "All my jokes are so funny, I have to explain them." My professional story about how I came here today, it's rather short, but it started with failure. And how I ended up here is I guess what really drives me, I took my passion for the human experience and hearing people's stories, so this really resonates with me, being able to hear everyone's story, what drives them, be a voice and embody those voices that everyone else has and share those. So I really am passionate about connecting people and learning more about what drives everyone and what has led them to be the seat they are today.
Hi everyone, my name is Lily Paulai. I think there's a running theme here as far as me, and I think it's, for me, it's also connectivity. So my degree is in psychology. That's not where I'm at today. I somehow landed in the world of employee benefits, but looking back, the two couldn't be a better fit because ultimately you are working with people, you're getting to know people. And so I take joy in just meeting people and figuring out how can we better help them and where can I open a door for them and vice versa. It's been a great ride. I spent a little time on the employer side, and that connectivity again was just constantly my drive. It's how do we move the process forward. So as we can't improve process, we can't succeed in a business if we're not working together. So connectivity and working together.
I love all these people that are here for connectivity at a networking event, because I would say I'm the same. So, but really, my story, my purpose is this: I grew up in a very financially and very unstable environment. I was raised by a single mother, 3 boys. Very difficult time for many years for me. And so my big theme is really giving back. So part of what I do is I help manage money for institutions for the betterment of employees. My main goal is to help create more financial security in people's lives. I see people that are living, hand to mouth here in Michigan, struggling more than most people realize, and also putting a lot of their hopes and efforts into preparing for their retirement or helping others in their family retire, and really struggling to be able to do that. So I really work hard at the corporation or college level to ensure that those programs that those participants and those employees are part of are as strong as that they possibly can be, so that people can have that security, financial security in their lives. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Jonathan Sutherland. So a little bit about my story. I got a full ride scholarship to play basketball in college. I was undecided when I first went. I actually didn't even know what HR was when I got to college. But taking my gen ed courses, I took an HR class. I really kind of made a connection with the teacher. I kind of liked what they're doing in the industry. I ended up getting my degree in that. I've only been working in HR for a year, but so far I really like it. I like to think I'm a people person, so I feel like this is the right field for me. And I guess my passion, this may sound cliche, but I think every company, employees are the biggest asset. So I feel like if you don't develop them and show them the proper appreciation, then your company is never going to be successful. So I feel like obviously HR is a part of that. So, that's why, that's what kind of drives me. And I'm looking for full-time work right now, actually. So, I'm trying to connect with different people and, just go to different events and meet people that have been in the industry for a long time and, just trying to be a sponge and, learn from them as much as I can.
So let's help Jonathan find a new home that needs him in 2019.
Good morning, I'm James Reed. I grew up in an environment with a lot of team competition. So if I had a meme, it would maybe be a donkey with a carrot in front of me or some way to win and go after that goal. And because of that competitive spirit that I just had ingrained in me, I wanted to be one of those pit bull litigators and just go to court and just win, and try to, be competitive. And it turns out 97% of cases settle and never make it to trial. And a lot of the times you're not getting, the team in advance, you're inheriting a case that may or may not have a really good fact pattern. So I thought, what's better than to work directly with HR and document how to, do things properly, educate, and kind of work with my team to do things appropriately, so if there's ever an issue, I can defend and say, I know my team, we did it together, we did it right, and resolve matters without litigation that usually just settles and doesn't benefit either side. And as a result of that, I'm now more active in HR and do a lot of public speaking and events with HR.
He's a master Jedi employment attorney. I have him on speed dial. Rock star. So, good one to know.
I'm like right in the middle of the room, so it's kind of hard to activity. I'm Tracy Duda. I got into my HR gig in like 1995 in the mostly corporate environment. I found it wasn't really feeding my soul at that time, and I had a baby in 2003, so I exited the workforce for about, I did exit then. I exited in 2006, you might know this too, but I exited for 9 years, and then kind of fell into the position I'm in now. I run the HR department at Detroit Public TV, so you're welcome.
Way to go, down Abby.
And started out as a part-time gig, and it evolved from about 4 years now. Now I'm running the department. I have somebody working for me who is new to her career, so I'm thinking maybe I should have brought her with me. And yeah, so I'm mostly I do generalist work, but my passion lies toward making work meaningful for my staff. So I don't know who here is in a nonprofit world, but we don't have a pot of gold under our desk, and we sacrifice a lot to get good work done. So I work with really creative people. We're trying to put out good news and media and things like that for all of you who watch our station.
Good morning, I'm Lauren, and I started in the HR field about 16 years ago, and I sort of fell into that field and just progressed over time into a director role. And then the last 12 weeks I've been in Tina Marie's SHRM class, so my brain has sort of just been all about passing the exam next week. So you got to keep it short, because that's all I'm thinking about. My meeting is why it makes everything better.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Chantal, and I've actually been in HR only for a little over 4 years. I was in accounting for 20 years. I have a degree in sales and marketing, so I've kind of been everywhere. And I got into HR, my previous company, my manager had moved to this new company I'm at now and said, hey, I have this position, I think you'd be great for it. I was with my last company for almost 12 years, so it was kind of nervous making a change. So I made the change, and I absolutely love it. I will not go back to accounting or sales and marketing. So my passion is my son. I have an 18-year-old who, his football team is, they're going to the national championship game this weekend. He plays for University of Mount Union. So my life revolves around him. Everybody at work says that I have him in a bubble, which that's fine. He's my only child. I'm fine with it. And work related, my passion is people. I love people, I love making them happy. I get to be the party planner at work, so I love the engagement and making everybody happy. And 3 years ago, my company was in a spiral going down, and now we're just going up. And the people are happy, and we're all going up together. So that's it.
Hi everyone, I'm Carol, and when I think about a meme, I think about the first day that I got into HR was through diversity, and the director in HR gave me a little sticker that said, "I love HR," and I was so ecstatic. And what I'd like to do is to transition more into HR. I just finished my SHRM certification and took a class at Walsh College. It was phenomenal. And for Chantel and Lauren, you're very well prepared. So I'm looking for a home, and I don't know, I just love HR.
Hi, I'm Jackie Bermudez. Good morning. Good morning. I am with Yochana, which is, it took me a while to get there, so I'm not sure how to put this into a meme, but I feel like my mom said I'm the modern mom now, because I have a 5-month-old at home, I'm working full-time, I'm coaching my 11-year-old stepson's basketball team, like I'm trying to do it all. And so it's become really fun. Like I looked at my outfit, I'm trying to figure out, like, oh wait, I have a mystery stain there, mystery stain there. And so that's kind of my life right now. It's like, but what we do at Yochana, we really focus on not just recruiting and talent acquisition and, okay, here's the resume, we're going to go through 1,000 of these, find the person, put them there. Forget about them, they're done. We actually take the time to really learn about our candidates and learn about our clients. So it's not just this one-way, like that instant 10-second relationship. In my recruiting career, so we're about changing lives, to put that simply. In my recruiting career, I was gifted enough to meet a gentleman who was living out of his van with his family, his 3-year-old daughter, and I was lucky enough to find him a position. And he's working full-time for a great company with full benefits, and it's been amazing. So I'm like, I changed somebody's life. And if anybody ever thinks that you do not make a difference in this position, you do not change, you do. HR and recruiting and staffing, you change lives. And so that's my big meme spill there. So thank you for having me this morning.
Oh, we're going to start over there.
I saw you going
I know. My name is Laura Krotmanis. In terms of my story, I actually started with a company called MCM Staffing 6.5 years ago. I was the 3rd employee. I worked in recruiting, we kept growing, I moved into sales, I moved into the back office, and we have 30 employees, and I handle our HR and marketing and work comp management. I'm also a Walsh student, almost done with my MBA, so excited. But this is my first time here. I'm looking forward to connecting with people and, per the website, having frank, honest conversations and sharing knowledge about the industry. So, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Justina Casillas. My story started in 2006 with Tina Marie. She chose me as a little HR baby just graduating from college to get started. My meme would be, if you've been in HR groups with me before, who does that? There's a lot of stories in HR about who does that, right?
Everyone.
So that would be part of my meme, and then also what I try to live through my passion every day at Lake Trust Credit Union is reconnecting our leaders to our team members every day. Sometimes we get a little disconnected and siloed into what we're focused on, and making sure that that connection is still alive. So that's something that I've been focusing on, and then also helping my HR team challenge themselves to get out of our own ways. We're not the no team, we're not the rule makers, so how do we continue to be strategic partners and partners with the rest of the organization to be successful?
I think there's a book about that, right?
Maybe a couple. All right, great to meet everyone. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Everyone, I'm Robin Justin. I am a learning and development professional, so talent development, and that happens to be my passion, specifically performance improvement, leadership development, active learning, if we're talking training, getting those activities involved. My work meme, I probably have multiple memes, but my work meme would probably be like a Willy Wonka character saying, oh, tell me more about how you've trained this employee 3 times and they're still doing the same thing. I can help you with that. My home meme would probably be Merry Drunk on Christmas.
Not my best side. I'm Judy Lang. I work at my credit union, and I believe I'm the oldest one in the room.
Vintage.
Vintage, yes. Years of experience. It's interesting. I'm listening to everybody go around the room and talk about their passion, and it's so exciting. I somehow this year lost my passion, just because of different things happening in the workplace. And this particular get-together is really making me feel like, hey, get that passion back, because I don't really have a meme, but I would say I just care about people, and it's difficult when you lose that passion to pretend that you're still caring about people. So I want to continue working. I think I'm looking for a new opportunity. So anybody that wants a vintage seasoned professional, I am very progressive in terms of HR, so I'm not like old school. And I want to help bring employees and companies into the 21st century to realize that, you know, we're not personnel. We really are here to take care of the most important asset. I can't remember who said that, but yes, they really are. Employees are, and so many leaders don't understand that. And you know, you read everywhere that if you take care of your employees, they're going to take care of your customers and or whatever they're working with. And I really believe that's true, because if your employees are engaged and happy, that's what you need to do, and that's what will work. So anyway, thank you for inviting me, Tina Marie. I've known Tina Marie for
vintage years.
Vintage years. I've known Lee for a long time. He's one of my very, very favorite people. And I will admit this because I admitted it to him. I told my husband, if he wasn't my husband, I would not be.
There's evidence of that.
Don't tell Lee's wife.
If you go missing.
I am Laura Rosen, and right now I'm an HR person of one for a manufacturing company, which is UAW. So one of my biggest things is now that I'm an HR person of one, I really need a big network, right? Because I can't do it by myself. I'm not the expert in everything. I wish I was. There's too much going on. My meme is, my meme really is watching people grow and development. I love when you hire somebody and you see them move up the ranks and take on more and more responsibilities, giving them a development plan, working towards that development plan. I fell into HR about 15 years ago, and started with recruiting and just went into more of a generalist and an HR manager and director role. So totally love it. It's where my passion is. And then I love, like, when my kids, one of the biggest things is my son started a new job, and he actually read the employee manual. Quoted it when they were doing something and said, wait a second, that's not in it. And then just recently, he wore like sweatpants to work, right? He's like, well, it's not in this employee manual. It doesn't say that I can't wear sweatpants to work. It says I can't wear ripped jeans, I can't wear shirts with logos. So I was like, yeah, it's kind of cool.
I'm Bill Rigener, and I'm an employee benefits consultant. What I love about the employee benefits industry is when you go into organizations, you can make just one change to the benefits plan, but it impacts everyone in the entire organization. And what another passion of mine in this business is I love employee education. So at open enrollments, one of my favorite things to do is to sit down and help employees understand all their different options that they have. And also, if they have a spouse or a domestic partner that also has benefits, understand their benefits package, and really make the best decisions for them and their family, because oftentimes there's thousands of dollars on the line for them just making the right decision. They have a lot of expenses coming up, maybe they don't. So those are my two passions about employee benefits. If I had a meme right now, it would have to be some type of crazy small child, because I never realized how easy and relaxing work could be. I have a 2-month-old girl, a 2-year-old girl, and a 4-year-old girl. I grew up with a girl this evening, so I'm glad this crazy.
Hello, good morning. My name is Ralph Chapekis, and so as you guys have been describing your memes, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna come up with something good. So my current meme, although we have memes that change over time as we progress through our lives. So my current meme would probably be me, running through somewhere with all these things flying at me, whether it be numbers or different people I've encountered in my life. So me just kind of, what do I go for? What do I reach for? Because I've been a little lost for a long time, and I've recently realized that I'm a black and white thinker in a gray field. So what I've been grasping at is how do I put that all together? So I finally figured it out, and it is the use of Lean Six Sigma in the HR realm. So I started my own consulting business about HR, and I'm really focused on helping HR teams use their data to influence their decisions, as well as help your CEO and your CFO make better data-driven decisions about how you're going to do things in your organization with your employees. So that's my meme. My passion is numbers. Black and white.
So I'm going to comment on that because I just engaged Robin to help me with compensation structure, and I'm so glad that she's passionate about numbers and data because I'm not.
I'm a weirdo.
or I'm a weirdo.
Hi everyone, my name is Janice Farrell-Rawls. I am the HR director for a company local here in Brighton called Sundance Inc. We're the largest franchisee of Taco Bell's under the Yum brand. We own 186 restaurants, and yes, I do get a discount on tacos. And my story is a little unique. I didn't start off in HR. It actually kind of either found me or I found it. I'm not quite sure which. My career actually started off in operations management in a retail setting. And part of my responsibility was a personnel training coordinator who reported to me. I became very involved from a legal side of things, the compliance piece, and that's really what intrigued me initially. I would have loved to have continued to go to school and be Ally McBeal someday because I love the employment law piece of things. My meme probably would include Batman somewhere, I hope. I don't know that it really would have a tagline or anything, but I think for me, and how I associate with Batman, it's doing what's right, not being right. I don't have to win an argument, I don't have to keep score, but doing what's right for those that are around me is important to me. So from that, the associate engagement piece, building a culture within our restaurants or any business that I've worked in before, to me that's important. I think a couple people have said that already, that the employee experience to me is equally, if not more important than a customer experience. It's taking care of the people that work for you. So, thank you.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Christina. I actually work for Janice, so I work for Sundance Inc. as well. I handle all recruiting and associate relations, so for about 6,000 employees. So if I had a need, it would probably be that mom that is stained up, hair everywhere, and has no idea what she's doing next.
I'm right there with you.
Chasing the 3-year-old, I am expecting, as you can see, any day. So, and then handling associate relations. It's really gotten me into understanding people a little bit more than I did before. I started off in the restaurant industry, actually managing Outback Steakhouses, restructuring front of houses, things like that, really around the people piece. This position that I work now has gotten me a little bit more into that because you never really understand somebody's backstory until you talk to them. And I think that in our industry is something that we lack a lot of, is that we just want to make that split decision. I don't care, it's about the business, it's not about the people. If we don't have the people, we don't have the business. So something I've been a little bit more passionate about is working with our district managers, our regional managers, on understanding there's always two sides to a story and kind of talking through those people. So a little bit about me.
Can I just say real quick, Christina's also getting her MBA in HR next week.
Yeah, Central Michigan, Fire Chips.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Janelle Thomas. I am the Regional HR Manager for Allied Universal, covering the state of Michigan and Indiana. And let me start, I made notes because that's what students do.
Notes?
My main would be, I was thinking. I had a lot of
notes,
time. I had a lot of time to think. My main would be a chessboard in the middle of a manufacturing environment with two people that think I can't play.
I like it.
And my 2 kids right there, and then the whole company looking to see who's going to win. That's me because my passion has been given an opportunity to come in and make a difference in making people who are naysayers that think we as women can't think strategically or that we can't play ball, because I play basketball too, that we're not always given that chance, or we're not always given that mutual respect in the manufacturing environment. So that's where I started my HR career, was in the manufacturing environment. My passion is labor relations and employee relations. I guess over the past 18 years, I've been in HR since 2000, January, 18 years. I have learned a knowledge and love for business acumen, strategic development of leaders, and how to be a person present in the moment with people and not necessarily be the naysayer, the person that says no, but it's 101 ways to say it. And they'll eventually accept it before you get to 101. But I love people, I love connecting people, I love problem solving. I'm the baby of 12. That should tell you dealing with people is a lot of what I do, because one is in every zodiac sign. Oh, you're just like Jennifer, my sister. And now being the baby of 12, Dr. Lee was one of my mentors, and Tina, who became one of my mentors. They will tell you all of my siblings, all of my sisters and aunts are now in HR. Because of me pulling them into that field and teaching them how to transition what they didn't like to do for years, and now they come to the baby. 45.
Hi, I'm Christy Reeves. I'm one of the 2 Christies over here. I moved to Michigan about 4 years ago, and since then I've been collecting HR friends. So that would probably be my meme, because everybody that I hang out with on any type of a social level is somehow connected to HR, because I've met all of them at events like this. And then we typically drink wine. I have a generalist background, but I have a strong focus in talent, and I just love being able to, I love telling people they got the job and delivering the job offer to them, especially when it's better or more than they've expected, or it changes their life in a positive way, or they were unemployed, or just whatever. I've worked in training and development, and I love being able to see people grow and move forward in their careers and take that knowledge and take themselves to the next level, and I just love learning and connecting with other people. So, yeah.
Hi, I'm Christy Stutzer, and I'm shaking from coffee. I haven't had caffeine in like 2 months. I went to Starbucks today, and I usually don't don't go to Starbucks. And then when I do, I get decaf. Well, today I forgot to say decaf. So have you ever seen the cartoon of the two cave people? One's carrying a wheel and one is pushing a wheelbarrow with a square wheel? That would be my meme. And the same would be, nothing surprises me, I work in HR. Okay, you're using a square. Common sense would tell you you don't need to use a square. I feel like I'm just the common sense person. And I always tell my team, so I lead HR for Link Engineering, we're global, 600 people, family owned. I always tell my team that we should be putting ourselves out of a job. Businesses don't really need us. Think about it, it's just common sense. But businesses will never get it. Leaders will never get it. And that's why we have engagement issues and culture issues and leadership alignment issues. So my passion is about alignment and accessibility. And if we're walking the talk and we're talking the talk, it's all gonna make sense to the person who's handling the mail. It's all gonna make sense to the person who's running the business. If I can just make that all connect, that's what I'm passionate about. We'll all have better lives for it.